What's going on, everybody? Today is Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. This is Falcons Daily, episode number 359. I'm your host, CG Craig Green, the voice of DCW, Dominant Championship Wrestling in the Mid Atlantic area. Also, I am the voice of Elizabeth City State football in the CIAA. You can catch me in the fall on the CIAA Sports Network, calling Mighty Viking football. So if you'd like to give me a follow on social media, you can find me at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G in the word sports. Falcons Daily is powered by the Fan Arch Network. You can find them at Fan Arch Co. on social media, FANARCHCO. You can find Falcons Daily on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, and also on Facebook. Facebook, man, it is so lit over there, man. We got over 3,000 subscribers on our way to 4,000, or followers, that is. Thank you so much for that. We're over 1,700 subscribers on YouTube as well. So please hit like, please hit subscribe, please turn on your notifications no matter what platform you're on. So that way, when we drop our next video, you are the first to know about it. When we drop our next podcast, you are the first to know about it. Make sure you turn those on for us, please, and thank you. The Falcons are about to have their final open practice of this training camp. It's going to take place this afternoon in Flowery Branch. So some of you may be already on your way there or out there now waiting for gates to open and watching this. So if you're out there at Flowery Branch right now, shout us out and let us know you're in Flowery Branch. And thank you for tuning in. But this is going to be it for us to see the Falcons on the practice field working on things publicly, that is, unless you're going to cough up the bread and maybe get a flight to Indianapolis to watch those open practices with the Colts next week. But it's been a good camp. I mean, it's been a bittersweet camp, that's for certain. I mean, with the contract extension of Bijan Robinson, followed up by the tragic injury to Jalen Walker that we lost for the entire season. So a mixed bag. It's been a good camp. It's been an okay camp. Things are still going, I wouldn't say as expected, but they're not going bad. I'd say they're going fairly well, again, considering. But considering, some of the things that we're not looking forward, again, James Pierce's suspension, again, no Jalen Walker all season long, who's going to start at quarterback, all those other things. But you got to count all your blessings, right? Most of the team is healthy. Quarterbacks are starting to get acclimated to the offense. What else? Linebackers are doing better than I thought they would. That's some of the other positive things. So we're going to look at, some areas of concern maybe later on, but right now, just going to kind of concentrate on what's been going on at camp. I mean, Tua is starting to come on some. We've seen that, in reports. We've seen it in clips. He's looked good. He sounds confident in his press conferences. So I think it can only get better from here, long as he stays healthy, of course. What else? There's still only one kicker, y'all. There's still only one kicker on the roster, and that is Nick Folk. And all reports indicate that he's missed all of just one field goal so far in training camp. So, again, older guy. I was concerned about that because, again, he is an older gentleman, and they didn't sign that one other kicker behind him. So, I mean, that speaks to the confidence they have in Nick Folk, I think. Not that there isn't anybody who's on the street who couldn't compete with him. I think there's definitely some guys who can bring in a little bit of competition and give Folk a little bit of not concern, but a little give him a little competition and give him somebody to work against, I guess here. Maybe set himself as the measuring stick for that other person. But he's done a nice job, and hopefully he stays healthy, and we can keep him throughout the entire season. Because last year the kicker carousel was pretty upsetting to see. I mean, Young Wei Koo, how the mighty have fallen, right? He was, we were calling him King Koo. Remember that? He was King Koo. He was being carried off on the shoulders of his teammates for knocking down game-winning field goals, saving our ass. When the defense gave up a late touchdown, when the offense turned it over, when the offense couldn't score, after the defense gave up a touchdown. So it's we're looking for that consistency. We're looking for that longevity now that we had with Koo before all of a sudden, he lost his way, I guess, last year. And I still felt like he got a raw deal. But then, we saw John Parker Romo brought in, and then we saw Zane Gonzalez come in. So it was just it was inconsistent. It felt uneasy, and it just wasn't what I was used to. So it felt really, really icky to me. But with Nick Folk in there again, I believe he's 42 years old. Again, I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop with that. Something silly to happen. I mean, like I said, let's not act like he's ancient, but he is in his 40s. So for an NFL player, that is old. I worry about muscle pulls and, things tightening up and all those other things. But again, I'm probably the only one who's worried about it because Ian Cunningham, Matt Ryan, Kevin Stefanski seems like they haven't even thought about bringing anybody else in. We still got two punters. One of them is an international player, so he doesn't count. But we are rolling forward with that. So again, not really hearing much out of the kicking game. Not hearing much about special teams. So that's kind of a good thing, really. I mean, they did do one fake field goal or at the Saturday Night Lights where I believe the holder was throwing it to the kicker or something like that. That would be crazy. I would love to see a trick play on special teams. My favorite one so far that I can remember was way back. I want to say it was like 2008 season, maybe. Arizona Cardinals did one where they lined up for a field goal with Jay Feely. They snapped the ball. Holder snaps the ball. Long snapper snaps the ball to the holder. The holder backhand flips it to Jay Feely. Jay Feely runs in for like a 10-yard touchdown. Man, that was so dope. So, but yeah, I would love to see the Falcons throw some different wrinkles out there. That's what I'd be looking forward to myself. Talk to me about how you guys are feeling about this team, where we stand right now. What is your view with the microscope? What is your view with a like 50,000, with a big lens, right? With a 50,000 foot view lens. Tell me what you see with this team. What areas of concern do you have, right? Where do you feel confident? For me, where do I feel the most confident right now in this team? I feel the most confident, maybe not in units, but in players, if that makes sense. So, I will say the unit I feel the most confident in is the running backs. I would say you've got Bijan, you've got Brian Robinson Jr., you've got Trey Sermon in the building. You've got Cash Jones, who is looking pretty good as well. You've also got, goodness gracious, his name is slipping my mind right now. You've also got, God, good gravy, Tyler Goodson, Nathan Carter. That's who I was thinking of. Were those two guys, Nathan Carter, who did a pretty good job at preseason last year. So I think I feel the most confident in the running backs to where we could put maybe 3 or 4 guys in and they could get some work. Second place I feel probably the most confident in this team, probably the DBs. I'm going to say the DBs. You got Avion, you got AJ, right? I feel really confident in the safeties. DeMarco Helms is back. Xavier Watts, of course, JB3, who we'll talk a little bit about here in a few minutes. Jamie Robinson also is now back as well. So I think I feel really confident knowing that we got a core group of guys in that position group too. So I would say my running backs, my safeties, that's where I feel really confident. CBs as well. Outside of that, where am I concerned? Right, quarterback. Quarterback is one of them. Not because I don't believe in Tua. Uh, it's just because of the uncertainty around Michael Penix. Right. I think that makes me feel a little bit uneasy because what if Tua were not able to play and Michael Penix isn't cleared? Do we go Cooper Rush? Do we go Jack Strand? I mean, Jack Strand has had moments with the ones when Tua was out. He was QB1. So, how confident would you feel in having the undrafted rookie out of Minnesota State, Moorhead, jumping in there and playing quarterback for us if we had to have him go in there, right? Uh, I don't know. I don't feel really confident just because, not because he's not capable or anything like that, but because he is a rookie and it is all new. So the quarterback situation makes me feel a little bit jittery. Um, where else do I feel a little uneasy? Defensive line right now, pass rush specifically, not so much the guys over the middle, but the guys on the outside. I don't know what I'm going to get out of the new guys, Aziz Ojolari, Cam Thomas, Samson Ebicam. Don't know what we're going to get um, out of these gentlemen. When are we gonna see James Pierce? Don't know. Is Braylon Trice finally fully healthy? Don't know. Right? So hard to tell um, with with that situation. Who else is somebody that we're not sure of? I mean, Kendall Daniels, the rookie, Harold Perkins, right? Where do they fit into the pass rush? Uh, do we have someone who can take the role of Caden Ellis and do the things that he did for us last season? Is Divine Diablo going to be fully healthy? Right. Um, so plenty of concern for me when it comes to the linebackers. I'm just not sure. Uh, you know what I mean? What they're going to give us, but other areas of concern for me as well. Right tackle is a big one too. And right tackle, why? Because we have no freaking idea who's going to be the man over there. Jawan Taylor was cleared to practice. He's off the pup list. So it'll be him versus Wanye Morris out there. You can also throw Ethan Onianwa in the mix. And, again, not exactly sure what we're going to get. Michael Jarrell has been running with the ones a lot. So you've got competition. You've got some veteran guys going after it. We let Jack Nelson go. Injury waived. So I'm just concerned about that because if you don't know who your quarterback is, preliminarily, if you don't know who your right tackle is going to be, right now, especially knowing that you have two left-handed quarterbacks at QB1 and potentially QB2, talking about Penix, trying to block for said quarterback can be a little difficult. So I'm a little worried about that as well. But you guys let me know where you're concerned, right? Where do you feel the most confident in this team? Where are you the most concerned when it comes to this roster? I saw a little something online as well talking about, again, the quarterbacks, and this was Alex Van Pelt talking to the media as well. I'm also, one of my areas of concern too when I just think about situational football before we move on is red zone, right? Short yardage in red zone. I would love to be able to line up and do power football and just blow people the hell off the football. That is exactly the type of football I want to see. I cannot stand it when we have third and one, fourth and one, and we're lining up in shotgun, spreading out the offense. Just line up, man to a man, buckle up your chin strap, and blow them the hell off the football. I would love to see some more of that this year. I mean, especially with an Ian Cunningham as a general manager, a former offensive lineman. I mean, when he was standing there talking to Dave Archer and Will McFadden and Taylor Vismore, I mean, my man was large as hell. So, I mean, he's got to be at least 6'6" or 6'7". Uh, I just did the 6'7" motion for those of you who are listening to the podcast. But anyway, so if we can line up and do some more power football and be successful in short yardage and in the red zone, I'm telling you guys, we're going to win a whole lot more football games. That is for certain. Alex Van Pelt, quote, Generally, you'll have points on the board, so you'll have to be safe with the ball. The timing happens a lot faster. Open in the red zone is different than open out in the field. It's a lot of a tight window. It's a lot of a tight window throws. So being precise with your footwork and timing in the pass game down there, then making great decisions, not turning the ball over in the red zone, those are critical aspects. Signed on by Alex Van Pelt, our quarterbacks coach, via AtlantaFalcons.com. So yes, um, things are happening quicker down there. You are having to be a lot more precise. You are having to make, the least amount of mistakes. One man makes a mistake down there and it can completely destroy the entire operation for the Falcons. So again, we've got to do a better job, and it starts up front with the offensive line blowing these guys off the ball. And also, after that point, it goes onto the skill players to hold your water. And then after the ball is snapped, it's up to everyone who is moving to move and do their job. So if we can execute in the red zone, then yes, we will be very, very successful this season. Last but not least, I saw a little something about trading Jesse Bates. I had to pause on that one because I was like, I cannot believe I read that. And this was from ESPN talking about five. It was an article about five trades in their mind that made too much sense. And this was from Seth Walder of ESPN. He said he thinks the Falcons should trade JB3 to the 49ers, right? Sending him to San Francisco back with Raheem Morris. 49ers in exchange would give us a third round pick. We would give them a sixth round pick and Jesse Bates, and we would just get a third. No, 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 no. Jesse Bates is the best safety in football, and if he isn't the best safety in football, he's definitely in the top three. So I would say absolutely not. We need him as much as we need a heart in our chest to beat, breathe, and live. So that ain't gonna happen. I can't see the Falcons moving on from JB3, replacing him with who, really? You know what I mean? And as confident in the safeties as I am, one of the biggest reasons I am confident in this unit is simply because we've got the ball hawk from Wake Forest in the back playing center field. Falcons Daily, part of the Fan Arch Network. We're going to go ahead and take a 24-hour break. We'll be back on Thursday to chop it up with you one more time. Got some exciting things coming down the pipe, so you guys stay tuned. We'll be back at you tomorrow, so you guys enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you on Thursday. Sayonara and buenos noches.